Once a year, an event comes around that makes our gamer weenies go absolutely nuts. An event where big boobies and big announcements go hand in hand.
And now we don't know what to expect from E3 since it's all changed.
We're here to celebrate the greatness that was and still may be E3 by counting down the ones that got our blood boiling so much we just couldn't take it. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And Handsome Tom.
For ScrewAttack's Top 10 E3s.
10.
And what should have been a showcase for the best console never to make it.
Throw the Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast had the gaming world by the nuts and failed to squeeze.
Known as a katana up to this point, they only had a snippet to show. It was the Tower of Babel. Other than that, they had nothing else on the floor. Damn.
Konnichiwa.
Even though the Dreamcast didn't take advantage of the limelight, others did by bringing together some great franchises like Silent Hill, Need for Speed, and one of the most popular franchises, headaches, ever known to man, Pokemon.
Number 9.
Nintendo has always had the handheld market cornered ever since they came out with the original Game Boy. But in 2004, they took a big risk and had 2 screens of awesomeness with the DS.
Not to be outshined, at the time Sony made a huge splash with their sleek black PSP. Hell, everyone was impressed with the graphics. It was a handheld. But as great a potential as the PSP had and still has, it's funny that in 2004 everyone was asking the same thing they are today. Like, where the hell are the original titles?
Number 8.
I've savoured every moment. You may not think it to look at me,
but I have commanded armies.
I have no regrets.
The big announcement came when the October 26th release date was put out there, promptly causing gamers to change their pants. In addition to the Sony news, gamers were a bit skeptic to see a new kid on the block come in and show off some new hardware. After the conclusion to E3 2K, gamers quickly realized there might be something to this Xbox thing.
In addition to the Xbox, Microsoft also made some waves when they showcased with Bungie a little game called Halo.
Hostiles have been neutralized.
Say again? Over.
The drop zone is clear.
Number 7.
With no new consoles or hardware in 2003, it was all about the games. PlayStation put out Siphon Filter Gran Turismo, Nintendo had some Mario franchise, but the big talk was a little guy called the Master Chief.
Damn, that game was gonna kick ass. And you know what? It did. It did. While only being shown for the computer at the time, the console world was about to see a preview of a game that was gonna get absolutely abused in Xbox Live with all the great online capabilities, unlike any other game in the history of consoles.
Ever!
Halo 2.
Number 6.
With the PlayStation 1 firmly beating the crap out of all its console competitors, the PC world was itching to see the brand new, recently announced Pentium 2 processor.
Hell yeah, in 97, that was powerful.
A title expected to take full advantage of your computer's capabilities was Duke Nukem Forever, which was shown for the first time, getting gamers geeked about the sequel.
After a decade of waiting on any news, the coolest character in gaming's sequel is now laughed at as it seems it will never be released.
Not to be outdone, the consoles actually showcased some very stout games in 97, like Metal Gear Solid, Symphony of the Night, GoldenEye, and demos for Zelda, and F-Zero 64. The only black eye, Superman 64.
Number 5.
As the world was preparing to end in 1999, the gaming world was showcasing a new beginning. The PlayStation 2 was demoed for the first time, wowing any and all gamers. The GameCube, known as the Dolphin at the time, dropped some major bombs and actually told gamers about its specs. Ooh, gecko processing, whatever that means. But the big buzz was about what then Sega VP of Marketing Peter Moore was saying.
With its $99.99 launch date, the Dreamcast was slated for a cheap $200 price tag, and what? It was going to come with blazing 56K modem speed, so you could actually game against other gamers that are not your little brother.
Damn!
Dreamcast, you're the best.
Number 4.
Man, you want to talk about hype? 2006 was either going to be a huge success or failure for Nintendo. Gone was the revolution, in was the playable Wii for the first time. The runaway hit of the show, people waited how long to play this thing?
Too long.
Alright, you're the last one in line.
I'm the last one in line.
How long are you expecting?
I don't know, you just said 6 hours up there.
Number 3.
When you have a gaming show that is and was as big as E3 is, there had to be a start somewhere. But these beginnings were anything but small and humble. 1995 marked the first time gamers were introduced to next-gen gaming in the form of the PlayStation and its announced nearly 200 games available, as well as the Ultra 64. Along with Next Gen, there was also No Gen, with the Sega Saturn and migraine waiting to happen, Virtual Boy. A huge debut that would eventually become an industry staple, E3 was here to stay.
Number 2.
6 years into E3's existence, the gaming world has been taken by some of the weirdest news ever. The makers of some of the greatest consoles in history wouldn't be doing it anymore. Sega games would now be appearing on non-Sega consoles. Man, that's weird.
While Sega fanboys mourned, Nintendo fanboys cheered as the Big N showed off the portable SNES, otherwise known as the GBA, and portable lunchbox, also known as the GameCube. A huge year for games, gamers now saw Disney and Squaresoft team up with Kingdom Hearts, Luigi take his act solo, and hooker sex become STD free with Grand Theft Auto.
Number 1.
Let's flash back to 2 years ago.
The biggest and most important news to gamers was the upcoming console war for the big three. The hype was at an all-time high. What is so revolutionary about the revolution? How could PlayStation possibly fall from its top spot? But the big news was the launch of the upcoming Xbox 360.
The internet buzz was deafening, as never before had this much time, effort, and money gone into promoting gaming consoles.
With the oh-so-creatively named PlayStation 3 coming to fruition, industry analysts everywhere, G4, you alright?
No.
Immediately thought it would crush its competitors like the weenies they were, until they heard its price tag.
$600.
$600. Woohoo! Sony fanboys, go!
You know what's going to be the biggest E3? This year's E3. You know why?
Because we're going to be there. Stuttering Craig, Handsome Tom, and everyone's favorite nerd, the angry video game nerd, taking E3 by storm with our nightly updates on ScrewAttack.com. Make sure to check it out.
Not a porno site.